Hello, it's me, I'm here. None of this like, oh, where have you been? There hasn't been any videos for weeks, what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. I thought it would be very easy to go from doing one thing every day to doing another thing every day, but it's just not as simple as that, it turns out. You know, it took a couple of weeks, just a bit of a transforming, you know, from... So, all done now, I'm here now, great! So what's been happening, and why does this still look like this? You know, it looks like you haven't even bloody touched it. Well, what a pain in the arse the last couple of weeks have been, right? And I'll tell you for why. So, first of all, so the clutch and dual mass flywheel, whatever that is, has finally bit the bullet on the Passat. It's done 182,000 miles, so it's fair, you know, and it's been going for maybe 18 months, you know, I've heard it going from, and it's finally decided to die right in the middle of all of this, so what a pain in the arse. But that does mean that this is one towing car down. I don't have any sort of long distance towing cars available, could use the truck. Expensive. So yeah, nightmare. What do I do with this now then? Fix it? Scrap it? I don't know. What, tell me, what should I do with it? Should I fix it? Do you want to see a video on a dual mass flywheel on a Passat? I don't think so. And secondly, this thing. So we've developed a little bit of an issue. You know, a little bit of an issue sounds like this. You know, you turn the key and the car goes. What happened was I thought to myself, let's start this transformation. As all of you have been saying, you want to just see a quick sort of, you know, we'll buff it up, we'll make it look nice, we'll sort all the little bits out, we'll just get it looking, you know, decent, do all the mechanicals, transform it into a functioning member of society, which is what we're all about, isn't it, you know? But instead, well, you can watch. This is what happened. Battery is still installed, there is still fuel in the fuel filter, everything looks in one piece. Absolutely no brake fluid. Cool. Right, key. There's absolutely no way this battery's still got charge in it. Didn't sound very good, did it? That made what's known in the trade as a horrible noise. What a strange noise. Right, let's use this no-co, no chance of starting machine. See, I know it sounds like the bottom end's gone, but I don't think it has. Need more power! Yeah! go. Just give the starter motor a breather. I know a lot of you like complain about my starter motor abuse, but it's what they're made for, isn't it, essentially? Like, yeah. Go. It's definitely going to go. You can hear it. I can hear it. It's going to go. There's a bit of work to do in here, I feel. You know, yeah, that's okay. Just start. Just go. Just go. I'm not doing spark plugs, not doing anything. Just go. Eat, drink that, you bastard. And go. About bloody time! What do I do? What do I do? The engine's a bit cream crackered. Let's hear what it sounds like though today. And I tried to start this earlier and it does start a lot better than it did. As you can hear. Now, I know it immediately doesn't actually sound that bad, does it? Which is very surprising. It sounded a lot worse the other day, but it was very cold the other day. It's about -6, I think. Let's have a little rev. Initial impressions there are that it doesn't actually sound too bad at all, does it? Which is strange and annoying. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could just be like some sort of, you know, valve trainee type thing, you know, maybe something that's quite simple to sort, but it definitely sounded to me like it had spun a bearing or something the other day, but it sounded pretty sweet then, didn't it? Oh well. The thing is now, what do I do with it? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's next for this car? The thing is I am not in the business of like just strip it for parts and send it on its way, or, you know, turn it into a cube or anything. I'm more in the business of saving cars, and I do feel like I would like to save this one. So I think the first thing to do is to sort these brakes out on it. So there's no brake pedal at all today. It's all leaked out of somewhere and I need to find out where. I think it's one of the rear wheel cylinders. So what we'll do first is we'll strip those down and we'll get stuck in, and we'll sort of discuss while we're doing that, we'll talk about what the options are possibly for either just keeping this running until it blows up or putting a different type of engine in it altogether. Right then, let's get these non-wolf racers off. A few of you have said they are wolf racers, these. Well, I don't think they are, because wolf racers has usually got wolf race written around there like my old one did, and they look slightly different. See how like this is an outie, this bit here? In others it's like an innie, and it's loads of like weird things. They're like some sort of slot wheels anyway. Let's see if they've got a name on the back. Remind me to tighten this up properly after I've done, yeah? Because we don't want the wheels to fall off again, do we? Haha, right. Congratulations to the people in the comments that have said Cobra Super Slot, because that's what they are, Cobra Super Slot. So well done, you guys, you know your wheels. Right, so instantly, let me get you in here, you can see. So this is wet. It is wet with what looks like brake fluid. So, and the inside of this wheel here, you can see, it says made in UK, Cobra Super Slot somewhere, there it is. Cobra Super Slot. You can see all this black here, it's all very sort of wet and gunky. So we've definitely got a leaking wheel cylinder here, which would explain where all the brake fluid has gone. So we're gonna take the other side off as well, pull these drums off, have an inspect and see what's inside, and then we'll possibly have to go and get some parts. Now, chassis wise as well, is that supposed to have a hole in it? Is that supposed to be as crumbly as it is? I would maybe say they want replacing. I think that's just a bolt-on part though, so that's not too bad. The rest of the chassis is like, it's crumbly, but it's all there, you know. It just needs a real sort of wire brush and a bit of black, but it's all there. It's just, you know, just needs sort of taking care of a bit more, I think. Be nice to have it all sandblasted or something, wouldn't it? But that means loads of mess and taking it off and doing all sorts of other stuff, taking the body off, which I don't know. Anyway, cross that bridge when we come to it, but for now, let's get inside here. Now, another reason why I've been a bit delayed in sort of putting these videos out is that it takes ages to stitch all these things, you know. It takes so long, really, really hard. So we're gonna hit 10,000, and I say we because it's all you guys as well, isn't it? But we are gonna hit 10,000 subscribers soon, I think, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, to celebrate that, I'm going to stick some stuff out onto a place on the internet that you can buy this, the other one I was wearing the other day, and a cap, which I'm super excited to show you, but it's not quite here yet, but I can't wait to show you. Get rid of that, we'll replace those. If you believe that, you'll believe anything. Right, where's the machine? 10,000 subscribers. Surely not. Right, now this should just slide off easily. Yep, completely seized. Oh, there's actually a screw in there. Whoa. No way, man. Chance of this working. I need an impact screwdriver. Again, used to have one, don't now. Need to buy more tools. How good? How good was that? Old screwdriver out of a BMW toolkit. Best thing ever. Where's the drum brake removal tool? Right, as you can see, that is dripping wet in there. That is completely soaked. Completely soaked, all leaked out of this cylinder hither. Right, okay. Now, these are quite cool, these cars. You've got, I'll show you, let me just wipe my hands. You've got really simple drum brakes on these. There's a little, I don't know if you can see it, that there, which is an adjuster, which basically spreads these out and then they spread out more. It's super simple. It requires a little bit more sort of maintenance, but they should all be like this. Honestly, they're really, really cool. So yeah, we've got to get this thing out. So this lovely thing here is now cleaned up a touch with a load of brake fluid. Now, let's just have a little look at some weird stuff here, look. So that should be a bleed nipple, surely, but what I think it's doing is that is feeding this side here, which has got a bleed nipple on it there. I don't know if you can see. Is that right? I would have thought it'd have had like a split block and it would just be doing both. It's weird that one's feeding the other, and these brake lines are definitely not standard. So I'm going to speak to Graham about that when I go and see him to get some parts, and I'm going to see why that's like that and if he can sell me the right connecting block and stuff, and we'll sort of do it properly. But either way, this one is also quite slippery. Not going to be doing a whole lot of stopping with that, are you? So right, so this one's possibly leaking as well, probably is, don't know what that is otherwise. So we'll pull both brake cylinders off, split all these down, clean it all up as best I can, you know. Show me the way. Oh, come on. Release. Oh yeah, and for anybody that's going to be screaming at their keyboard going, those brake shoes will have saturated all of that brake fluid and you need to replace them or they'll never work again and you'll die. I think you might be watching like the wrong channel here, because like, you know, tell someone that gives a shit, like, you know. Who did these brake pipes, man? Was it me? Hope you're remembering how all this goes together, because I'm not. Get off. Oh, oh, very dead. Yeah, okay. What do these things do? Do you have to take that off? Has it got a pin? How does it work? Why does it work? Why is it being like this? Oh. Oh, where was that supposed to go? So I'm joking, I know, obviously. No, seriously though, is that held on with a pin? How is that held on in there? Stop screaming at your computer. I don't know. You want more tickling with the hammer? More clips, lovely. And now you simply just pull it through. And now you simply just pull it through. And now you simply just pull it through. Very gunky. Pretty sure there should be a bleed nipple on there though, so we are going to have to do a little bit of like brake line sort of stuff. Ah, well, okay, well I'm going to leave this all like that, because what we'll do is before we take the other side apart, I'll put all this one back together just in case. But yeah, okay, we are drawing closer. What I need to do now though is tidy up and go down to Chester. I'm back, got myself a new brake light switch, which is cool because I smashed the other one accidentally with my stupid feet. And a couple of brand new wheel cylinders, dead good. And the beauty of having Graham Walker's Scimitar specialist on your doorstep is you can ask him about crazy stuff like why it doesn't have a distribution block for the brake fluid to split into two, you know, one there and one on the other side. Instead it takes the fluid goes in here, out here and across the other wheel, which you would assume would mean that it would only brake on one side and there'd be a delay and all that. Anyway, but apparently that's not the case. Also, these things, they are all available on the shelf. I can get all these replacement parts, you know, not that bloody, you know, could make that quite easily, couldn't you? But you know, it's nice to know that a lot of these things are available. So when it comes to maybe doing a bit of chassis work on the car, at least I know that we've got some stuff. So yeah, we're going to stay with this arrangement for now. I mean, that's just how it's supposed to be from the factory. It's not something, I'm going to be honest, I've ever seen before, but he showed me in his book that that is exactly how it's supposed to be. So cool. Right, let's put all of this stuff back together. Right, let's put one of these in first. So this is groovy as, and I think that just flies into there, which is good. Let's just peel these shoes out the way. Just stay there, please. Is that the right way around? I can't remember. Yeah, that's in there nicely, and that sort of sits in there like that, does it? Is that right? Just sits in there. I guess so. That's the other one in there. That's lovely and solid, isn't it? Yeah, great. Okay. Fantastic. What else am I missing? What does that do? Oh yeah, that holds it all together. We're on. We're on. We're on. We're on. We're on. Okay, and I take it that goes in there and God, look at that, it's just rebuilding itself so fast. Do I have to put all that spring and stuff in? Yeah, I probably do. I'll do those last. It's just, oh, did I forget to put that dust cover on? No, I didn't. Because I just did it then. Right, so we've got a couple of these badges here. Yeah. How does that? Oh, from the back, of course. Yeah. Lovely. Right, this spring. Oh. It's got to go past all this, hasn't it? So that goes in there like so. Now, I'm going to show you a trick, right? A little bit of wire or something similar, something what's got, you know, a bit of strength to it and that. Spin that around, so it's down there. Where did the spring go? Fell out of where it was supposed to be and it went there, okay. And then you get the other end of this round that spring. Yeah. Can you see what I'm doing? No? Okay, good. There you go. So I'm hooked in at the bottom there, hooked in at the top. And if you give this a bit of a pull with the help from a screwdriver, you can guide it home. And that's it. So you're pulling that through there, that's all good, nice. Screw these back on and then adjust it up there, but I'll just give it a bit more of a clean first, I think. Make sure these shoes are as good as they're gonna get, you know what I mean? Snazzy. Right, okay. So that's all boxed off. I'm just going to pop these back on now, tighten it all up, slot that thing over, adjust it back up so they're just sort of just that kind of thing. Just maybe even take a little bit of a layer off, who knows, you know. And then, yeah, we'll do the other side. So why then is nothing ever simple? In my hand here, I have the brake pipe which feeds the offside to the near side. And yeah, the union snapped. You see there? As I was getting it off, it was just locked solid in there. There was nothing I could do. I just kept trying to move it and yeah, it snapped. So I'm hoping I've got a replacement union that will fit this and I can get it all working like. So I'm just going to get the brake flaring stuff out now and we'll have a go at making one. Just thought actually there's nothing actually wrong with this union, so if needs be I'll try and get this out of there and I can use that. So that's a fantastic backup plan. Straighter than it was. All we do is brake pipes. Oh. Cool. Looks like normal sort of size. Is it normal size? 475? So all of the ones I've got here are way too shallow, which is pretty annoying. So I am going to have to reuse this one, but that's, you know, it's okay. How am I going to do it without sort of smashing everything to bits though? Let me think about this for a second. Here she comes. Gently. It's come out a little bit, look, but maybe if I chop that off and then pull it out the top or something, I don't know. Try anything once, twice if I like it. I went too far. Oh no, now I'm going to get a punch to get the punch out. God, it's very rusted away inside there. I don't know if you can see that, but that's how rusted it was. So there was no chance I was spinning that brake pipe round, unfortunately, but you know, there we go. And then, bing. Okay. Right then, so let me clean this up dead fast on the machine. Oh, safety squints. Surely you're just going to fly in now, aren't you? No, I don't want to. Can't make me do anything. Built these things. This is unbelievable, isn't it? Why is this taking so long? Finally, we're in, but I've still got to go back a bit further to get this machine, you know. So Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is dome it, is that right? Yeah, so I've got domed, and now I need a little dome in that. Okay, why did I just undo that? So we have ended up with a fitting fit for the king. So I'm hoping you can see that works. Just going to get this down there now. We all know how that's going to go, don't we? Hey, love it. Right, okay, so back through the car we go. Smell you later. Where are you? Is that you there? Hello. Hello. Okay, so right, the brake pipe's on. That was really easy. Might go for a lie down now. Next up, another clean of the shoes, clean of the drums, put those back on, adjust them up, and then that's it, start pumping, I guess. I said, like, when it gets 10,000, I do some merch, yeah. And a couple of people have said, we want Dickie's face on a t-shirt, yeah?
No chance. These ends getting knackered. It's 2 inch box, but this was plastic caps from this one. Just we got like a featherlight.
Oh, no, it's not much, is it?
No, the other one, the feet underneath the horses.
Yeah. It's not much.
Looking out, that's what's left hand drive.
No, other side, right, let me get a set of gloves on and fill up the juice.
I'm getting too fucking old.
Right, what should we do first then? Where's this?
This is the front seat, and we're sitting on the back one.
I smashed the brake light switch getting the bloody, with my feet on the pedals, yeah?
Yeah.
So I had to get a new one from Graham. It was only like 12 quid, but still.
No, that's it.
Right, how can I get that in there without it splashing everywhere all over the engine?
This is like being in this cockpit, this bit funny.
Isn't it? It's nice.
You can only see the nose. You can't see below. I've sat in one.
Bit of engine oil and brakes, never heard of it, is it?
And all you have on your seat is a bit of reinforced plate about this big behind your fucking head.
Well, I suppose it's one of those things, isn't it? If you're going to crash, you know, you're fucking dead anyway, aren't you? What are you going to do?
Well, if you Douglas Barger, you just take your leg off and jump out.
What do you mean?
Well, you have 2 legs, didn't he? False. Douglas Barger, 2 legs.
Right.
And he was trying to be a pilot, but he was doing stunts. In the 19th century, loads of aeroplane books and shows and what have you. He got this other aircraft off the team, walking, talking, so he said, why don't you beat up the airfield? No, we can't, we've been warned about it. And then I heard everyone say, oh, the only performance of the crowd, of course, Bardi, that was fucking red rag, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it goes up, it's a biplane, doing a fucking stunt, dead low, the fucking wings caught into the ground, fucking what's his name, rips his legs up, and both amputated, and then he had 2 legs, and war broke out, and they wouldn't let him fly again. But he kept on migrating, so he said, well, see how you're doing a test, but, flying. Anyway, the instructor said there was more that he could show and learn in than what he could learn the pilot. So,
even with no legs?
Yeah, he could fly okay through the war. And in the end, he kept on stopping. The Germans didn't hold it.
Fucking hell. Brilliant. Oh, shit. As usual though, Nicky, I've not got everything ready, have I?
Well, it ain't gonna fucking change now, is it?
No, no good. Useless. I'm ready, nearly.
Right. Well, nearly doesn't mean you're ready then, does it?
I'm just finding the right size Spaniard. Right. So it's going to take a few pumps just to get the juice all the way to the back now. So you can give it a little pump, but slowly. Just let me watch this fluid while you're doing it. Right, yeah, oh, slowly.
We're very slow, I've got the motor's set in.
Oh.
I can hear leaking.
Yeah. So hold it there for a second. Let me just top that up. Got that quickly. And up.
Up.
And down.
Right down.
Here it goes. And up.
Up.
And down.
Right down.
And up.
Up.
Just give the brake pedal a couple of pumps. How does it feel? Is there a brake pedal there?
Yeah. It's hard. I can't go right to the bottom.
Nice. That's what I wanted to hear. So I've got a little bit more over there, and then just these two. There's only this one side on the back, like it's crazy town. That's only this wheel, fella.
Yeah. What's name had one of these, you know, Princess Anne?
She's in. Really feel like the Scimitar should be being a bit more grateful than it is, you know, not behaving too well. We've got a brake pedal now, which is fantastic, that's good. The back's all done, that side's done. There's absolutely no brake whatsoever on this corner though, which is great, isn't it? So, I mean, that's fine, isn't it? You know, 3 wheels braking, 1 wheel just guiding it, that's cool. So, I think what's happened is the flexi's collapsed. So I need to get another flexi, put a flexi on there. I'll probably just get a pair of flexis and do the front flexis, but another trip to Chester, yay. But for now, I mean, we've got brakes, so I can move it at least, you know, which is the you know, aim of the game here, to move it safely. That's what a complete lack of mechanical sympathy looks like. Really can't believe that got me to tamworth. You have to start it in gear, the clutch is just barely there. And yeah, brakes on that side completely gone, but at least it stops now, which is handy. This engine though, can't figure it out. Let's have a look. Cool. This engine sounds both really bad and really good at the same time, which is strange, isn't it? But the main thing is there's definitely some sort of metallic-y, knocking-y, clicky type thing going on. Don't think it's bottom end. I think it's something to do with someone in the previous video actually commented this, but at the bottom of the distributor there's a little sort of hexagonal thing, and maybe that's, he says that's a common problem, so that's something that could possibly be, could be something to do with valve train up top. But to find out, I'd have to strip the valve covers off and have a bit of a deeper look, which I could probably do, you know. I think that sounds like it's probably worth doing. It doesn't feel like a car that really wants to sort of live on much longer, which is sad. With this engine, sometimes you can just tell, yeah, you just know straight away that that engine's going to, you know, go soon, and that's kind of what it feels like. So what could we do? Well, I initially thought a V8, but then a couple of people in the comments of the last video said something quite interesting. And having done a little bit of research and a little bit of a look into it, what about something like a Saab B204 turbo engine? Now these engines were in the 9.3 and they're good for between 150 and 200 horsepower. I think it's near 190 or something for the turbo one. But yeah, they seem pretty good, and they're very tunable and they're available, and you know, you can fit them to sort of Amiga manual gearboxes and all this sort of stuff. So I could do a couple of things with this car. I could, sorry, battery died again, shock. So yeah, I've got a couple of options. We've got a couple of options, you know. We could just sell the thing as it is now, you know, cut our losses and move on to the next thing. Or we could let it stick around for a bit, maybe chuck a turbo 4-cylinder in it and, you know, have a bit of fun like that. And I've never done that before, so maybe we could do it together and it could be quite interesting, who knows. But, you know, to do that, you're looking at a good couple of grand, few grand to do all the other jobs as well. So, I don't know. I'm not sure if I really want to be chucking that into this car, like, right at the moment, because there's a lot of other stuff I want to do for the channel, you know. I think we've got a lot of other interesting things. You know, there's going to be another Left 4 Dead pretty soon. I really want to get stuck into that. And to be honest, this thing, with the engine how it is, just, I don't know, it's a bit sad, isn't it? And I'm sorry, yeah, we're not off driving into the sunset tonight or anything. That would be cool, wouldn't it? But like, you know, it's kind of, it's just, the car is maybe a little bit sleepier than I initially thought. And that engine is not as reliable as I'd like. It's not a reliable Reliant, you know. But again, we can have a delve into it or something. Best thing is why don't you tell me what you want me to do with this car now? You tell me, you know, do you want me to carry on, get stuck into it, you know, get more bits and bobs done and, you know, try and get it sort of on the road? You know, I mean, it's, yeah, we could still do that with the engine it's got. It's just, I can feel it when you're going up and down there that it's not running on all six properly and it just doesn't feel great. But it doesn't, it feels like something more bigger than just like, oh, it's got a spark plug that's a bit dirty. It feels like there's something more big going on there. But anyway, it's all good. And thanks very much for watching, and it's good to see you again. And yeah, loads more stuff coming up on the channel. Looking for another Left 4 Dead. You know, hopefully that'll be appearing in the next couple of weeks, which will be dead exciting. And yeah, tell me in the comments, what do you want me to do with this old plastic pig? And yeah, next video as well is probably going to be on the Mini, because I just want to get the rest of the bits put on that, ready for it to go off to Mini Mine at the end of the month, so that's exciting. So yeah, I'll see you again soon, and thanks again to the nearly 10,000 subscribers that like seeing all this sort of mad stuff. So yeah, cool. See you soon. Bye.